Well, hello again, everyone. This is going to be an out-of-box review of the Star Trek Enterprise from the famous fan episode of the Tholian Web. I have been looking at some of the YouTube archives, and I did actually come across Boyd's out-of-box review of this as well back 4 years ago. It was pretty cool to see him do the review off of his TV tray. So, but without further ado, this is going to be my version of the out-of-box review. So let's get started, and we'll take a look at the box itself real quick here. As you can see, we got the retro style look to it on the front of the box that we're all familiar with from the early days. And like I said, it kind of speaks for itself. But let's go ahead and turn it over a little bit. I'll bring the light down. Of course, it's going to give you a little synopsis of the episode itself that you can read if you ever do purchase this. And of course, one nice thing about this, it is a glow-in-the-dark plastic for the Enterprise, and you also get a bonus for the Tholian Web spinners, which are included inside. And we turn it over on this side here, and it pretty much gives you a snapshot of some of the pictures that were part of the show itself. There you see the Enterprise approaching the Defiant to investigate, and of course there's Kirk and Spock in their environmental suits as they're investigating the Defiant. And of course then we have our villain, which is the Tholian itself. And then of course here we have the Enterprise being trapped within the web of the Tholians. And with that being said, let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and open the box. It's a pretty good sized box itself. Of course this kit's going to be built, once it's built, it'll probably be 18 inches long, just like the original mold. So I'll kind of tilt it up a little bit here for right now. There's actually two packages. First package, of course, will be the primary saucer. We'll go ahead and take those out. And as you can see, they still have the stubs on the primary saucer itself. Just need to be a little cleanup on that, trim it down, and it should be okay. But you can see right here that in this particular mold, it does have a smooth finish. There's no grid lines on the saucer itself. So other than that, like I said, it's pretty much the same as it was back in the 70s that I can remember as far as the mold. So they did a pretty good job on that. Of course, here's the lower section of the primary saucer itself. Again, as you can see, they do have imprinted with the 2011 CBS Studios, and of course it was manufactured in China with the little black display. We may have to go ahead and take that off so that you won't be able to see it, when it does glow in the dark. But other than that, it looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and put that one off to the side. And of course our next package here has pretty much mostly the rest of the parts on it. And as you can see on this one here, this actually is the stand that it gets put on. And of course then you have your Bussards right here, and the hangar deck doors, and then the deflector dish on that. So we'll kind of take a look at that. So that is that. And then we kind of get into our secondary hull. And here you go. Like I said, this is again all glow in the dark molds. So it has kind of a lightish green to it. I don't know if the camera can pick that up or not. And of course, then here's the other part of the secondary hull itself. As you can see, there's that. And of course, then we get into our warp nacelles, and again, looks pretty good as far as detail is concerned. Not too much flash on it. There you go. And with this particular nacelles there, they do have the kind of balls on the end. It's not flat like in the later episodes. So, and there's your like your intercoolers and you know, the other parts. So there you go. There's that. And here we go with the other half of the nacelles themselves, and all the parts that come with it. I don't even know if I can turn off the light and you kind of see the glow, but you can kind of see it starting to kind of green up a little bit just by being underneath the lamp. So we'll turn that back on. And of course then we have part, there's your other part there too. So okay, and then of course then we have our Tholian web spinners. Actually these are like 6 individual pieces, 3 pieces to put them together, so that'll make up your 2 spinners. And then we have our clear parts, which is the dome and the underside for the primary saucer. Okay, and then of course we have our propaganda stuff from round 2, and then we go ahead and we got our actual decal placement, which is a very nice design. So it actually gives you a total of 12 of the Constitution class registry numbers. So you can have your choice. Of course, in this particular instance, we're going to do the Defiant, so we'll use the Defiant's registry numbers itself. But it's very detailed and shows you where the placement of the decals are supposed to go. So it pretty much gives you about 4 choices. The first one here is going to be from the first pilot version. You see that? And then we have our second pilot version. And then of course then we have the mirror version of the U.S.S. Enterprise, if you want to use those decals. So there you go. There's that. And of course then we have our instructions sheet, which is basically 1 page, double-sided, and pretty simple, basic. There's assembly 1. Okay. And then we kind of come over here and assembly 2. And then we have our assembly 3. And of course they added the assembly 4 to put the Tholian web spinners together. And that is it. And a couple more things here before we finish up on this kit review is the actual decal sheet that comes with it. And it's a big sheet, and it's got all the registry numbers for all 12 of the Constitution class starships on there. And let's see if we can bring this down a little bit. And it's very nicely detailed, crisp, and we'll just kind of give you a little scan. There you go. And that's why the box is so big, because the decal sheet itself is big to accommodate all the markings needed to do the 4 options. But that's one of the reasons why I got this kit as well, because if I ever want to decide to get another Enterprise kit, I can go ahead and use this decals of the stuff that I haven't used and take care of it there. But there you have it. See, I can't even fit it in the whole camera unless I back it up a little bit. That's how big it is. Okay, so that is that. And then of course the last thing that it comes with is the actual backdrop of the Tholian Web itself. It does come folded up, so you have to open her up. But that's the background. Like I said, it's a cardboard display, and so we'll have to incorporate that into our build, and maybe make a little diorama of it. So there you have it. That is the out-of-box review, like I said, and we're going to go ahead and get this started here shortly. I do have some parts that I ordered online through HDA Model Works, and I just got an email on that the other day that it has been shipped. So as soon as it arrives, we'll be getting started on this project. Let me get this camera. Okay, so there you have it, and I think we're done. So have a good day, and we'll catch you all later. And look forward to the next update on this Tholian Web Enterprise kit. Until then, see you all later.